The image of the lion is woven into the history of human power, appearing in ancient ruins from the Mediterranean to the Euphrates. It is a central figure in Indian state identity, most famously captured in the 3rd century lion capital of Ashoka, which stands as the foundation for the modern emblem of India. It guards the foundations of Mesopotamian civilization as the Lion of Babylon, a symbol used by kings for millennia. These ancient sculptors were looking at the Asiatic lion, an animal distinct from the African populations that dominate modern wildlife imagery. Diverging from African relatives 100,000 years ago, they established a massive range spanning from Greece to India. As human civilizations expanded with firearms, the lion was systematically exterminated, surviving by the 1900s only in India's Gir forest. Eurasia's apex predator was now confined to this single forest, a total geographic isolation that meant the species' survival depended on a very narrow genetic foundation. The lions trapped in the Gir forest bottleneck possess several distinct biological markers that separate them from African populations. The males have a sparser mane that leaves their ears clearly visible, unlike the thick, ear-covering manes of their African relatives. They are also characterized by a unique longitudinal fold of skin that runs right along their belly. Hidden differences exist in their skeletal structure as well, such as split infraorbital foramina in their skulls. Their social structures are also tighter, with males and females living more solitary lives, only coming together briefly to mate. These traits highlight a lineage that has been biologically isolated for thousands of years, a fact that becomes critical when looking at how they nearly disappeared. Throughout the 19th century, British colonial officers and Indian rulers killed these lions in massive numbers, using modern rifles to clear entire districts of predators. The Nawab of Junagarh halted the decline by protecting the last remaining dozen lions in his private hunting grounds, preventing their total extinction. In the 1960s, India formalized this protection by declaring Gir a national sanctuary and relocating human settlements, including the Muldari herders, away from the core lion habitat. With human competition removed, wild prey species like chital deer rebounded, providing the food supply necessary for the lions to multiply. This chart shows the result: a population that grew from roughly 12 in the 1880s to an estimated 891 by 2025. These policies successfully pulled the Asiatic lion back from the edge of extinction, but by confining them to a single forest, they created a new spatial crisis. The population has grown so much that over 500 lions, more than half the species, now live entirely outside the protected area of the park, spreading into surrounding human-dominated coastal districts. Lions now hunt livestock in populated villages and have been observed swimming across the channel to reach Dew Island. Keeping the entire species in one geographic cluster makes them vulnerable to a single catastrophic event, such as a localized epidemic or a massive forest fire. Scientists have prepared Kuno National Park in a different state to serve as a backup habitat, which would protect the species if the Gir population were ever compromised. However, the state of Gujarat has refused to allow the relocation, maintaining a strict monopoly on the world's only wild Asiatic lions. This political resistance has continued for decades, even in the face of direct mandates from the Indian Supreme Court. While the first phase of conservation succeeded in bringing the Asiatic lion back from the brink, the next phase will depend on whether we can share our land and our politics with a growing apex predator.